Welcome to the Nightly Rant
with
your
hosts,
Mike.
and Torya.
This is the show where we examine society from a sarcastic point of view.
If you like insane conversations, this is definitely the show for you.
Let's get into today's topic. YPN people, I don't know about you, but I love helping out a friend. That's why I want to shout out my friend Brian Little and his podcast, Your Favorite Blockhead. This is the only show that manages to weave together peanuts and MMA into one heck of an amazing podcast. You can find Your Favorite Blockhead wherever your favorite podcasts reside and at yourfavoriteblockhead.com. Do me a huge favor and listen to Brian's show. You'll be entertained and you'll help out a friend. Now, as I said, let's get into today's topic. So apparently somebody has a really big beef with a dentist.
Just a really big. I'd say it's enormous, gigantic.
That was a motorhome that they had, right?
Yeah, it's a motorhome. And on the side of it, can I read the name of the dentist place? No.
No.
Dentist Smile Place Suck. The Fleecing of the Senior Citizen. Home of the Mangle Mouth. Took my 20 grand and gave me nothing but devastation.
Somebody is really angry.
And they're obviously like living in their motorhome now. So did they have to get this dental work done and then the dentist screwed it up so bad that now they live in a motorhome?
That kind of leads me down that path. Yeah, that's kind of what I think.
Or do they just have this great big motorhome and they're so pissed at the dental place that they just drive around and park at places to be angry?
That could be it too, but I kind of tend to lean towards the first way. Because they're super angry. More angry than you should get for something like that.
It's 20 grand though.
So they say. I mean, we don't know. I mean, maybe it was one of those things where the dentist did something, fixed a problem, it revealed another problem, and the other problem is going to cost $20,000 to fix. So they feel like the dentist suckered them in. Who knows? I mean, there's so many things it could be. But I just thought it was wild. I mean, I've never seen a motorhome parked with like graffiti written all over it that says crazy messages.
Well, it wasn't parked in a place you'd normally see that kind of thing. Like we weren't in Huntington Beach. We weren't anywhere weird. We were in Cyprus.
Yeah, it was interesting. But, you know, talking about weird people, you told me something today, and man, it just makes me glad I don't do Facebook. It just makes me so glad.
Well, that's why I share these things with you.
Somebody exercised their freedom of speech and posted an image that showed the 3 locations in California, well, the 4 locations in California, where there's going to be a protest on May the 1st. And a couple of dudes that we happen to know are left-leaning, let's just put it that way, jump in and they call the person entitled for wanting to protest the lockdowns that are destroying our economy.
Uh-huh.
What about that is entitlement?
I have no idea.
Nobody's saying, I want to open it and force it on you. Let's start there. Is anyone saying that?
The first person who commented on it said, dumb idiots who smell of privilege and self-importance.
But that's what I'm trying to say to you is at what point is there anyone saying, hey, I want to open this society up and I'm going to force it down your throat.
Oh, and then somebody spectacular had to comment that they didn't realize that they were still in our pointless community group. That was fun.
Who was that?
I can't tell you right now.
But you'll tell me.
Yeah.
I'll make you tell me. I'll go look.
I'll tell you. Don't worry.
But it's just ridiculous to tell people that they're entitled when they're basically asking for their rights back. They're not forcing you to do anything. Guess what, people? One of the things that your state of California wants to put into place, and you know what? If it'll get us reopened, I'll support it today, is that people have to be guaranteed sick time. Now, I'll put that in place as long as if the sick time is more than like 2 days in a row, you have to bring me a doctor's note.
Right.
I'm good with that.
Seems reasonable.
I'm totally good with that. And I'm totally aware that it can be just as bogus as a marijuana card and some dude will call you on the phone and, approve you right
Which
then
it
and
will
there.
be.
And that's fine. But you still have to go to the inconvenience of taking care of it and paying for it. Mm-hmm. And I'm good with that then. I'm totally good with that. I have no problems with you doing that. But if that means we can open the society and you get to stay home, I don't care about that either.
Right.
It's just ridiculous. When you sit here and you say to yourself, like the other day when you had your dentist appointment and Ash and I were heading out and we had to go to the city for something. And then we were like, okay, you said it's going to be an hour and a half and the city only took like 15 minutes. Normally, in normal times, we would have said, hey, where shall we have lunch? And then we would have went somewhere, sat down, had lunch. And then when you contacted us, we would have been like,
A block away at Taco Bell.
Do you feel like food? Because if you feel like food, we'll bring you food. Oh, and yeah, by the way, we're right down the street. Like something like that.
Yeah.
But we couldn't do that. Everything is closed. It's only open for takeout. Takeout.
I'm getting tired of taking things out.
Well,
sometimes you just want to leave your trash at the place.
And as you know, I've been doing, we're going to get back to this entitlement because this is only part one, but I've been doing my personal vlog on a weekly basis for the last 6 weeks, and this will be the 7th week coming up this coming weekend. And, just look up my name, Michael Mahoney, on YouTube. You'll find me. It's there. Have fun with that. Anyway, and we were talking about how it's difficult to make them interesting and different because we do the same thing every single flipping day, whether it's Monday or Sunday. We do the same things.
Yep. Well,
stir crazy.
I still have enough of a routine that I do different things on the weekend, but I'm having a hard time distinguishing between the weekdays other than Friday.
It's just becoming a mundane routine, and I'm so sick of it. So sick of it. My gosh, I would give anything to be able to go to McDonald's and sit in the lobby.
Well, then the governor of California, the stupid douchewad piece of shit, talk about entitlement.
Yeah, back to entitlement.
Talk about entitlement. He's decided he's going to close the beaches in County of Orange. That's it.
Yeah, just
County of
Orange County. Because that's what he wants.
That's it. Because Orange County is a little red and he's a little bit more blue.
Well, that makes the protest tomorrow all the more important.
Exactly. And then I've been seeing online, and so many people, I told you this would happen. The longer this bullshit went on, the protests would happen, and the riots would happen, and this crap was going to start, and it's starting peacefully like it always does, but it will get more and more violent as time goes on.
Well, but I also told you a long time ago, well, not that long ago, but long enough ago, that this is the kind of activism I want to get involved in.
Well, and that's why when I've seen things,
and I know that if it wasn't for the fact that you could get sick, you would go with me. I know you would. But I don't want you to go with me because you have respiratory issues
and a big
and Ash has respiratory issues, and I don't want either of you to catch anything. And yes, I know there's some idiots of you out there who are going to say, "Oh, but you could bring it back." Yeah, I'm not worried about me. It isn't going to bother. It isn't going to get me. So calm the fuck down.
I really do feel like you're more likely to contract it at the grocery store, but whatever.
Where people fondle.
Like the lettuce fondler?
Lettuce? My gosh.
Anyway.
So back to entitlement. So that's the first way. You're trying to say that I'm trying to force it on you, but at no point did I ever say that. I say you can stay home if you want. Now, with that in mind, why is it so bad to open the economy if you can still continue to do the things you've been doing under quarantine?
Exactly. I mean, let the people who want to go back to work and go about their lives.
And I'll even compromise the stupid mask thing. I'll keep it for a while.
It's
that
why
makes people feel better. Whatever. I mean, here's the thing. Here's my opinion on stuff like this. People want to talk about entitlement. I think it's entitlement to insist that I do something that has zero proof that it has any effect on the outcome of anything.
And has actually been proven that it has no effect by multiple scientists.
I don't like that. But here's the thing. If there's a huge portion of society that feels better because of a placebo, then give them the placebo. I don't really care.
Well, you know what? If the world started to go back to normal but required people to wear masks, this quarantine would just last longer for me because I can't wear them for that long.
Well, and here's the thing about it, though. I say, if you want to ask us to continue to wear masks, that's great. But take away the criminal penalties for it and the $1,000 fine and all that stuff and leave it up to us. And I, for one, might surprise some people, but I, for one, would wear the mask where I felt it was going to make people feel better. Because you know what? It's their right to feel better. I'm going to give them what they want. Doesn't any skin off my back putting a stupid mask on once in a while. But that also means that there's going to be places that I'm going to go where I'm going to say to myself, mask isn't going to benefit anyone here. They all get it. I'm taking the damn mask off. I'm not wearing it. See, I want that freedom.
Yeah.
So isn't it entitlement to insist that I handle my rights so that it's your way?
No. Your question really didn't make sense.
I'm saying, isn't it entitled to be that person who says, you have to do it my way?
Yes, that's entitled.
Sorry, the other way was kind of jumbled. It's like
That's why
people
I
who tell
asked it
you,
like that.
it's like people who tell you, we all have a different view on things, right? Like there's a spectrum to every issue. There just
Correct.
is. There's a spectrum. And you can be to the left, you can be to the right, or you can be in the middle. And we're not using left, right, and middle as labels like in politics, just where you can be on a spectrum. And if the middle is the differentiator between the two views, right? So to the right is yes, to the left is no on this particular issue. Well, if I'm to the right and you're to the right, and we agree that here is our boundary, and both of us fall within each other's boundaries, why does it matter if we're 150 miles apart on the issue? We're basically pointed in the same direction.
Right.
So don't tell me I'm wrong because I don't think like you, and I won't tell you you're wrong because you don't think like me. Because in a sense, we're both thinking the same way for the ultimate answer to the question.
Well, and also, if one of you is leaning to the left of the spectrum on an issue and one of you is leaning to the right, neither of you are wrong still.
Well, yes,
There's
but you
differences
can
of
understand
opinion
why
on
there'd be a
everything.
disagreement there.
I liked what I said. I was in this women entrepreneurs group like 2 weeks ago, and this lady was talking about something, and I disagreed with her. And then she made some comment about how she doesn't get into those threads to discuss these things with people. She just likes to look and see who people are. And then I made some comment to her, said, I like to have these discussions with people. And then if I can come out on the discussion, still having a positive opinion of the person I was having a discussion with, I know that they're my people. And she sent me a friend request.
Yeah, and that's we've talked about this before. We've used the word adulting. That's being an adult. I mean, and that's what I'm getting at. Like we've had a discussion over several episodes about the boundary thing, and it's just so simple. I think of it as just, let's call it common ground. When you both have common ground, that means you agree. So move on. Who cares if you want 14% and I want 14.1%? Who cares? We're there. We'll both accept 14%. Okay, 14% it is. Let's do it.
Yeah, I believe that's called a compromise.
Yeah, it's ridiculous that people can't do that. It drives me crazy. And that, to me, is also entitlement. I get to call the shots. I get to say it's my way or the highway. No, you don't.
You know why I like Josh? He often finds the place where you agree on something, and then, every time he makes a comment, he brings it back to the spot where you agree, but then digresses off in this direction a little bit. But then back to the spot where you agree.
To point out that you mostly agree. He's trying to let you know that you mostly agree, but being honest about his position.
Right. And I think that it's why people don't usually... I realized we met this person when I got super mad at him because he was being an asshat about an issue, in my opinion. But people don't usually get super, inflamed and angry in conversations with him.
Well, and on top of that, he's a super nice dude. He just is. I mean, I think people are going to realize on the other side of this that this whole BS about screaming, well, you're entitled. No, I'm not entitled. You're entitled. That stuff has to go. This divisiveness, it has to go. This arguing with everybody, it has to go.
Well, then somebody else today, entitlement was mentioned in the other group, but I just can't find the post because I think the admins took it down. Called me an entitled bitch for posting what the supervisor said about the beaches thing. Not Michelle Steele's statement, the other one.
Understood.
And apparently that made me an entitled bitch. Okay, whatever. I don't.
But hold on.
I'm
Hold
not
on.
affected by
Hold
it.
on. I have to ask a question. Did you tip your hand and let them know when you were posting the article how you felt about it?
They were praising Gavin Newsom, and I said one of the Orange County supervisors is vehemently opposing this.
And that's it.
Posted
You didn't
the
say you
picture
were
of
in
their
favor
comment.
or opposed to the guy's position.
No,
Then why would that make you an entitled bitch?
I
They don't even know what your position is.
I know that happens to me
That's
a lot.
stupid.
But then I was like, yo, there are more people who agree with this Orange County supervisor than you think. And she was like,
From both
okay. And then she started posting the memes, like the one with the nurse and like the giant crowd of people.
That means you got under her skin and beat her ass hard
But I didn't even say
without
anything.
even trying.
I know.
Well, yeah, because she's a triggered moron.
Yeah.
It's why people, in case you're wondering, any of you listening, I know that I technically post these episodes to Facebook, but I'm telling you, it ain't me. Okay? I pay someone to do that. I don't do that. It isn't me. And number two, I told you guys a long time ago that I don't do Facebook. So I'm getting people sending me messages. My friend sent you a friend request. Why haven't you accepted it? I haven't been on Facebook. I don't look at friend requests. Once in a blue moon, she'll tell me something, and I'll want to see like the comments. Actually, it's only been once, and it was with our doctor because it really bothers me when people talk bad about our doctor because our doctor is an ass kicker in the medical industry.
Well,
that guy blazed a new trail, and he embraced it, and he's running with it.
Well, you didn't even log into your Facebook account, so you wouldn't have seen friend requests anyway. You logged in with mine.
Right. But here's the thing. Bottom line, makes me angry when people talk shit about our doctor who, like, we gave that episode where it was $8 for medicine that everyone else wanted to charge $100 for.
Yeah.
Same exact medicine.
I'm going to post that in a review on his Facebook page, I think.
It's like, what the hell is wrong with people? But that bothered me, and so I looked at that. But that's pretty much it. I don't give a crap. And like I noticed something interesting. I think it was yesterday. All of a sudden, I went in there to look for one more thing about the doc. And there's a tag from 2017 when Marilyn and you and I met at Porto's. And she posted 2 pictures of us and tagged me from 2017. It must have come up in her memories.
Yeah.
And so she tagged us. But that was kind of interesting. But so finally, to wrap up this entitlement thing, I believe that my position is very consistent because I'm saying you should be allowed to continue to quarantine if you want to. And you should be allowed to ask me to wear a mask. But I should be allowed to choose whether I have to do it or not.
I agree.
And I should be allowed to go to the grocery store like I used to. And I should be allowed to take my wife out on a date night and go to New Moon Restaurant, for instance, and have a nice Chinese dinner. I shouldn't be forced to only take it home. I'm so tired. It's funny. We talked about this apartment. I'm already tired of the inside of this apartment. I feel like I know it in my sleep. It took me like 8-9 months to get there in the last place, and I'm here in the second month because all we do is stay in his damn apartment. Any 5 minutes out of here is nice. I rode that stupid scooter the other day. Why? I wasn't getting any exercise, and I was risking killing myself, at least at first. Once I got the hang of it, it was easy. But I was risking killing myself, but I was out there. You know why? Because it wasn't inside the apartment.
Yeah.
Bottom line. Like, it's getting old. It's getting old. So tomorrow, going with the sign, the big white sign with black lettering, and I'm going to scream at people, and I'm going to yell, and I'm going to jump up and down, and raise holy hell. And guess what? Our friend is going to be speaking at the protest.
Oh, please get a video
George.
of my good friend George.
George is going to speak. And he is very eloquent if you've heard him speak. I like him very
George
much.
could convince somebody in Canada to buy ice.
He is
He's
very
that person.
genuine, though.
That person.
You know, he's not a salesy person. But at the same time,
But he's
he'd
very
be a good
convincing.
salesy person because he has his facts in line. And he doesn't get super emotional. That's one of the things I love about him. So that's what's going to happen. You need to stop moaning and groaning.
I'm dying over here.
No, you're not. You're alive. You're going to live for another 100 years. Stop with the I'm dying over here, Steph.
Shut up and go to bed.
No.
Good night, everyone.
Hasta la bye-bye, Bree-tastical. Thank you for listening to the Nightly Rant.
If you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Google Play.
If you didn't enjoy the show, please just ignore that previous request for a rating.
This has been a Yogi's Podcast Network production.